Maharishi has, in his usual big way, has brought yagya now to a level that is absolutely enormous, enormously powerful, enormously important. And that is doing yagyas for the welfare of the entire country, even the entire world. Maharishi has designed the National Yagya Program. He has taken from the Vedic literature those yagyas that are so powerful that they can produce an influence even on a national scale. And that is what the Maharishi National Yagya Program is. We have tremendous benefit from these national yagyas already. We began in a really serious and concerted way just a few months back out of acute necessity when Japan had been confronted with some extremely grave crises, and everybody throughout the world was just heart-struck and wondering what they could do to improve the situation. There was great philanthropy throughout the world, but we knew there was something we could do that was special, that was unique and uniquely powerful, and that was to engage the power of natural law at a very deep level and perform national yagyas for Japan. A great many Americans, I'm glad to say, and a great many from throughout the world supported this initiative, and it was enormously welcome. And the people of Japan have been extremely grateful for what they felt was an immediate and profound reversal of the grave situation. I think you have a letter from our Raja of Japan, Raja Kanhouse, about the result of that.
I do. So he writes, I have come back to Japan yesterday and discovered the truly amazing changes that the country has undergone since the Maharishi National Yagya Program for Japan began. Since the Yagya started, the grave nuclear crisis, which had been escalating dangerously, has come quickly under control. Moreover, the openness on all top levels of government and industry is literally hundreds of times more than ever in the past. We can hardly keep up with all the appointments. The possibilities are almost endless in all departments. The basis for this, everyone feels, is deeply rooted in all the yagyas that were done for Japan, so I express my special thanks to everyone involved in creating and supporting this precious effect. I send deep gratitude from all the people of Japan. These are very exciting times. Jai Gurudev, Dr. John Kanhouse, Raja of Japan.
That's beautiful. And this National Yagya Program has just been initiated globally. The United States will have a very, very key role in this, but countries everywhere are starting to engage the power of yagyas on a massive scale to deal with some of the critical problems that are confronting every country today, and the United States has its share. So countries are engaged in this now. The United States, we've been building it, we've been planning it, and now we are really formally launching it. Something very powerful. The U.S. teaching movement, Maharishi Foundation, is partnering with Maharishi Vedic Foundation. We are partnering with the Brahmananda Saraswati Foundation and leaders of the movement throughout the United States and throughout India to really have an extremely powerful, maximally efficient program with the greatest possible results. And that is beginning now in a very big way. The U.S. is suffering, of course, from its problems economically. I think you could say problems politically with chaos and partisan infighting, certainly. On a deep level, things are starting to go very well for the country because of the great coherence generated in collective consciousness by our group program, especially here at Maharishi Vedic City. But obviously, we need a further boost of supportive nature. That's what the National Yagya Program is designed to accomplish and will accomplish, has accomplished every time it has been utilized in a concerted way. I'm going to quickly list for you some of the really compelling benefits for participating in this project. Firstly, as I mentioned, the purpose of the National Yagyas are to bring critical relief to the country, critical relief and protection to America. They powerfully promote peace, they can powerfully promote prosperity when it is needed so much, and build national security and invincibility. They could get rid of the obstacles to economic growth, they can address the problem of joblessness, they can address the political obstructionism and infighting. That's what yagyas can do, and they will always be engaged and they will always be directed to the most critical problems and to prevent those problems that confront the country. We've talked a lot, by the way, of prevention today. Yagyas can be used for cure as well. They simply uplift the destiny of a country, of an individual, of a corporation, of a family. But we talk about prevention. Maharishi was keen on that principle because an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Maharishi would say it's a lot easier to deflect an arrow by just a degree or two before it strikes the target than to clean up the damage that the arrow causes once it strikes. When something is on the horizon, when Jyotish, prediction, is able to see a danger that has not yet come, then Yagya can actually do something even relatively subtle, relatively minor influence to deflect that impending danger, like deflecting an arrow from a distance. Transcendental meditation in yoga increases deservability, increases positivity, uplifts the destiny, uplifts the karma. That's what yoga is. It's a 360-degree blast of positivity. But it's not directed at anything. Unbounded awareness is a non-directed state of positivity. Jyotish can accomplish in a few hours of a Jyotish performance, or a few days, or a few weeks, depending upon the size of the yagya. Yagya can accomplish something very powerful, but very specific. Instead of a broad blast of positivity, it focuses a very positive influence towards a very specific negative effect, a specific impending danger to deflect that danger. So you can accomplish a great deal on a preventative side through Maharishi Yagya. So first beneficiary will be the country. And the United States and every country needs that boost in coherence, positivity, abundance, affluence, and so forth. Second, very important, Maharishi's vision, Maharishi's legacy is to revive and preserve the ancient Vedic heritage. That heritage would be gone by now, largely gone, if Maharishi hadn't put so much attention towards reversing that slide and revitalizing and promoting the Vedic heritage. And the most precious Vedic heritage is the Vedic performance, Vedic recitation, and the knowledge preserved by the Vedic families of India. Maharishi is training Vedic pundits all over the country, hundreds of thousands of them, through an incredible nationwide training program involving special instruction and Gurujis. It's a fabulous system of educating and preserving the Vedic tradition. That we want to accomplish, and from that training, the most expert, most senior, most mature Vedic pundits are selected, and they will be engaged at the Brahmastan of India to build our group there to 8,000, 16,000 Vedic pundits and more, and they are used here in the United States, in Maharishi Vedic City, for our National Coherence Program in the United States. Another great benefit of the Maharishi Yagya, the National Yagya Program, is that it supports the training of the Vedic pundits and preserves the Vedic tradition. It builds up the number of Vedic pundits in India to create world peace and invincibility, by having a powerful group of yogis, in addition to their skill with yagya, to produce powerful coherence for the invincibility of the world. And finally, I'll mention something which is probably obvious to everybody, and that is the personal benefit from supporting the Vedic pundits and from supporting a national yagya. The blessings to the country that come are huge. The blessings to the thousands of Vedic pundits involved are huge. The blessing of world peace and global invincibility to every nation that are being produced by that group in India are huge. Those blessings will flow back to you, the donors, the supporters of the yagyas. That is a universal principle. As you sow, so shall you reap. And there is really nothing one can do, I think, that has nearly as far-reaching, as compelling a range of benefits for the world, for the country, for the Vedic wisdom, Vedic tradition, than supporting the National Yagya Program. So that all inevitably must flow back to the individual. And that's not just a Christian principle of as you sow, so shall you reap. Every major religious and spiritual tradition, wisdom tradition in the world understands that critical principle of as you sow, so shall you reap. I think in the Vedic understanding, that principle is particularly clear and particularly strong.
Definitely, and in the Vedic tradition, there's even a name for the one that supports a yagya. They're called the Yajamana, and the Yajamana experiences all the benefits of what he's contributing to create for creation with the yagya.
So that's very beautiful, and we're going to wrap up simply by saying it has been long in coming, because when we've rolled out this project, it's a major initiative globally and nationally. We wanted to have it right. We wanted to have all the organization and administration in place, financial oversight, and all of the accounting and auditing and everything just perfect. We want this to be maximally efficient and effective so that the power and the opportunity of rolling out this launch of the National Yagya Program is not missed, that it is as powerful as possible. And that time is now. For those who've been waiting to support this project, your wait is over. For those who've already been supporting it, that is fantastic. But this is an opportunity now to really all join together